Very warm welcome here in Cologne, Special Air Mission Wing from the German Air Force. I'm Günter Straub, Sergeant Major. We are flying today from Cologne to Tiflis, Georgia. So now we are in the passenger control area in the terminal, like on the civil side from the airport Köln Bonn. And now we're going to the check-in.
Hello, have a nice flight.
Good morning, AirClips visitors. This is the German Air Force crew for the A310 from the German Air Force in Cologne. We are conducting a flight today to Tiflis in Georgia. I welcome you to visit us and to join us in this flight, and I hope you have fun and enjoy. At the moment, just to complete this, we are in the preparations of the flight. We have already conducted some of the briefing items, and at the moment we are finalizing all the stuff for the operational flight plans and our flight plan, and then we are good to go.
Yeah, we already checked the NOTAMs, and now we have to check the diplo clearance for the route, and yeah, then we are good to go. We already planned the fuel calculation, and today we have an outflow fuel of 40 tons, and yeah, now we will check the diplo clearance numbers. Today our flight to Tbilisi, on the way to Tbilisi it will be a ferry flight, and on the way back we will board 120 passengers and some cargo.
Okay, then let's continue with the flight diplo clearances. Okay, you read, I check.
Yep. Armenia 079er 0811117.
Check.
Bulgaria EU8.
Okay, now check for the routings. I read, you confirm.
Yep.
Cologne SID Cumic L603 Tesca, Upper Lima 603 Esati, Upper Lima 984 Tango 842 Ebana, Tango 841 AirNap start to Cologne.
Yep.
Okay, and all is checked. And you will check the NOTAMs?
Yep. So there's only one NOTAM for Tiflis, so the runway 31 right is closed for landing and takeoffs, but this does not affect us because we were landing on the parallel runway.
Okay, sounds good. Now we are ready with our preparations, and we will pack our stuff together and we will leave to the aircraft. If you like, come with us.
Radio check, loud and clear?
Yeah, also loud and clear.
Okay, let's enter the init B page.
Go ahead.
We have a block fuel of 40 tons.
40.1 tons.
Our zero fuel weight is 85.5.
85.5. which is 125.3 tons takeoff weight.
Roger. Zero fuel CG is 27.6.
27.6.
Should be 3.6 for takeoff. 3.8, perfect.
3.8. 3.8. Which is a trim of 1.5 nose up on my side.
1.5, sounds good.
Yep.
Darf ich mir schon wegnehmen? Danke.
1.5.3 for the takeoff.
Okay, so we have takeoff calculation.
Yeah. Acceleration altitude 1,900 feet. Alright. Let's go into the runway weight charts for the takeoff runway 24 in Cologne. The weather is wind variable with 3 knots. So let's choose 5 knots tailwind component.
Okay.
1 to 5.3, 1 to 5.1, 1 to 6.6.
To 6.6.
Which gives us a flex of 47.
Flex plus 47.
Flex plus 47. We are field length and obstacle limited. 0 meters remaining except the flex value. So initial speeds 146, 152, 156. So the corrections for the QNH, which is greater than standard, no corrections, so we do not need engine anti-ice correction. The weather is fine and the runway is dry. So the weight corrections, the weight differences 1 to 6.6 to 1 to 5.3, 1.3 tons. So I would suggest 1 knot for V1 and the rest
can remain the same.
Yeah, remain the same. So 145 V1, 152 and 156.
Okay,
so we are on the safe side when we subtract 1 knot for the V1. Let's bug the speeds. V2 and the green dot speed. 156 and green dot speed minimum clean 225. Alright, so in case of engine 5 failure after go, we will fly the special engine out SID at 3 DME, KBO, frequency 112.15, right turn to Wipper, frequency 109.6, enter the holding at Wipper, 360 inbound, left hand turns, acceleration altitude 1,900 feet, and due to the MSA of 3,800 feet, we climb to 4,000 feet.
Copied. No questions.
No questions, alright. This will finish our takeoff performance calculation. And now we will perform the nav-aid setup.
Okay, we are preparing the ILS approach runway 24 for an immediate return. The frequency is 109.1.
109.1.
The inbound course is 243.
109.1 the frequency, inbound 243.
Okay, and then we have a frequency setup for the NDBs.
Yep.
In the bearing distance line we put Wipper, VOR, and KBO in the remote 2. Roger. So the nav-aid setup is complete. We have the Kumik 5 Delta, that is 700 feet.
Yeah.
Delta Kilo 021, Delta Kilo 022.
Check.
Cola.
Check.
Delta Kilo 150, Kumik. Initial climb 5000 and initial track 243. We Remain on tower frequency until passing 2000, then contact Lung Radar on 13535.
13525 is copied.
Else we have no constraints. And do you have any questions?
No.
Roger.
So I will finish my cockpit preparation. Enter the landing elevation from TBC. Landing gear warning test and the GPWS test.
Glide slope. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Okay, and in the meantime I will perform the walk around if you like.
Yeah.
Join me.
Okay guys, now we are walking around the aircraft just to make sure that everything is alright. This is our final check before we go airborne. Okay, we are following a fixed scheme around the aircraft, and you just follow me, I go ahead, alright? First we have to check the engines if there is any damage on it. Here we have the static ports, they have to be clear. We have the same thing on the other side for the co-pilot, right? I have to check all the wheels for any damages, and if the brake wear indicators are intact, and that we have no consequences when we are braking. Okay, it's very important that all the locks are closed. This is what I have to have an eye on. Okay, this door should have already been closed. I hope it will be done before we go takeoff. Oh, here it's the same, the wheels and the brakes. This is a very funny thing here. We have some static dischargers on the rear edges of the wings, and I have to really count them if they are complete. Okay, just let's check the latches if they are all closed, and I'm pretty sure it's all good. So we step back on the aircraft and prepare for takeoff, okay? Come on. So, wie sieht's aus? Alles klar, wer nicht mit will, raus? Alles klar.
Okay, the outside check was complete, all doors are closed. And we are good to go. 10 Uhr. Let's check the news ATIS. Okay. Right, unchanged. Yep. Then request startup and clearance.
Yeah. Common delivery. Good morning, German Air Force 569 information November request startup and clearance.
German Air Force 569, hello, I guess 24.
Affirm.
German Air Force 569, startup approved, clearance to Uniform Golf Tango Bravo via Comic 5 Delta, flight plan route, squawk 7614.
German Air Force 569 status approved and cleared to Tbilisi via Comic 5 Delta departure, flight plan route, squawk 7614.
German Air Force 569, correct, taxi on ground 117 to 5, cheers.
Taxi on ground 117 to 5, German Air Force 569, ciao.
Okay, before start checklist.
And Delta, cross runway 1 for left.
Before start, gibbons.
Removed.
Peter static.
Check.
Cabin signs.
On.
Beacon.
On.
Oxygen system.
Checked.
Takeoff speeds.
145, 156.
145, 156, we are 152 altimeters.
1017, 220.
1017, QNH 230 feet, fuel.
40 tons. Standard.
TRP.
Flex plus 47.
Speed brake.
Armed.
Park and brake.
On.
Before start checklist completed.
Okay. Ground cockpit.
Cockpit heard.
We're ready to start all engines. Engine 2, then 1.
Engine 2 and 1, clear.
Engine 2, start.
2355, continue via Alpha, stands Charlie 6, stand by for the marshal up, please, only 2 on duty.
Hello, function, Papa on Tango.
Ono 806, contact tower 1249075, bye-bye.
Ground, ready to start engine 1.
Engine 1 clear.
Engine 1, start. During engine start, we have to wait for the N2 rotation, check if all the hydraulic fluids are on, and then at 18% of the N2 rotation, I open the fuel valves. This is now. Now we have to check for the fuel flow and for ignition, and the rising of all our rotating parts of the engine. And at 45% of the N2 rotation, we're waiting for the cutoff signal for the bleed air, which is now.
And checking the open light extinguishers.
Roger, all engines are running, we are good. After start items. Ground cockpit.
Ground turn.
Prepare aircraft for leaving and give hand signal.
Verstanden, signal from the left.
Bye.
Guten Flug.
Danke, ciao. Taxi items, slats 15.
Slats 15.
We're waiting for the ground crew to be clear of the aircraft, and as soon as he gives our hand signal, we can prepare for taxi. Checking the rudders.
For right. For left.
Okay. There's our hand signal. Yeah. Okay. The taxi checklist. Yeah.
Taxi anti-ice.
Off.
Trim.
0, 0 and 1.5 nose up.
0, 0, 1.5 nose up. Flight control.
Checked.
Slats flaps.
15, 0.
Taxi checklist completed.
Go for taxi.
Come ground. Moin. German Air Force 569er. Request taxi 24.
569, hallo, taxi initially via Bravo, hold short of 1 for right.
Taxi initially Bravo, holding short of 1 for right, German Air Force 569er.
Genau, schönen guten Tag.
Right side is clear. Check right side. Left side clear.
Romeo, request taxi.
danke.
holding point 24 via Bravo, Alpha, Alpha 3 and Delta, cross 1 for left.
Off-Block? Off-Block schreiben 5 nach. Jawohl, Sie. 1005. Right side is clear. And hold short. Holding short, one for right. Yeah. Right. 6,000 slide. Yep. On config norm for takeoff. Takeoff departure briefing. Yeah. Perform a takeoff from the runway 24.
69 cross 1 for right, and then continue right turn, Tango, Delta, Alpha, Alpha 3 and Delta again holding point 24. Taxi further on, crossing 1 for right, right turn to Tango, then Delta, Alpha, Alpha 3, Delta, holding point runway 24. Yeah, correct, because of pushback ahead on Bravo. Copy, 569.
Yeah, crossing is approved and departure sector is clear. And proceeding on Tango? Yeah. After crossing right on Tango. Roger. 1 for right is clear. Okay, takeoff and departure briefing. Departure runway 24 in Cologne with flex plus 47, 15-0. From the left seat noise abatement. We are proceeding on the Kumik 5 Delta departure as briefed. In case of engine fire or failure after go, we proceed on the special EO sit as briefed before.
Hello.
Copied, no questions.
Yo, Loader motion 662.
Yeah, we had an off-block time of 1005, which was actually 5 minutes late. I guess it is inside the limits, and unfortunately we have to go the long way around today in Cologne because the crosswind runway 24 is in use due to work in progress on the main runway 14 left. So now we're crossing the long parallel runway 14 left, which is closed due to work in progress, and then we proceed on.
Air Force 569, contact tower 124 9075, traffic. 124 9075, German Air Force 569, ciao.
Hier einen raushauen. 13525 im Preset. Yep.
Tower, schönen guten Tag, German Air Force 569 on Delta, ready up for reaching. German Air Force 569, low wind 280 degrees, 5 knots, runway 24, clear for takeoff, please. Clear for takeoff, runway 24, German Air Force 569.
Okay, before takeoff items. Yeah. Switching on the lights and the military transponder, auto brake preset of max. And the TCAS with the range of 15 miles to above. Okay, before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff, cabin report, received ignition of PAX on engines. Auto brake, max before takeoff checklist completed. We have Prof nav, max und flex. Prof enough. Yeah.
Okay, approach sector is clear, departure sector is clear, and we are cleared for takeoff. Yep. Ready? Ready. Yeah, we have received our takeoff clearance, and now we are going. Takeoff, side left. Takeoff 15. Copied. Takeoff power set. $100 checked. Go. Rotate. Gear up. Gear up. Acceleration altitude, autoflight. Good, altitude, German Air Force 569er, 2600, climbing 5000 feet. German Air Force 569er, hello, identified. Sleds up. Sleds up with a 1 before, so. Under 1 force of German Air Force 569er. Sleds up. Delta turn left heading 070. Left at 070 degrees, about 3000. Transition. After takeoff, checklist. After takeoff, packs on engines, altimeter, standard 5.3, standard 5.4, takeoff inhibition, cancelled. After takeoff checklist, completed. That fantastic. What a great weather. Copy November, Silver 68. Out of 10. 569, your transfer contact, Lancer 170. Climbing 170, Jordan 569. Tigas range 30. Yeah. And clear remotes. Level 135, 001 L5. So knots. Yeah. Takeoff 1015. Yes, copied and estimate destination. (1420). We inform ops. I have RT. You have RT. Alright, Celco received, backup frequencies, Papa and Mike, and I have RT again. Okay, you have RT, we are cleared inbound Tesca, flight level 250. Yeah, copied. We are nav mode and profile mode. Yep. So, at flight level 205, the fuel pumps are pumping now fuel from the center tank to the trim tank. That's Frankfurt. Nice. Yeah. Welcome back, Airclip viewers. I just thought that it would be interesting for some of you guys to give a short overview about the cockpit layout. Yeah, here we have on the left side the captain's seat or commander, on the right side the first officer, and on the main panel we have the main flying instruments that are mirrored. On both sides we have the same setup, which is the primary flight display and the navigation display, and then we have some old-fashioned clock-like instruments that are digital, but they are repeated in analog instruments, just to make sure that the pilots from the old-fashioned aircrafts haven't such big problems to convert to a modern digital aircraft, which A310 is. Yeah, here in the middle we have a untypical flight yoke, and Airbus Industries has now converted to the side stick technology, but due to the age of this aircraft, which is almost or over 30 years now, we do have still our fly-by-wire, but it is a real steel wire that is directly connected to the servos, and I like that.
I like that much better than the wishing stick, this joystick the A330 will have. Yeah, okay, and this is about it. And in the center pedestal we have the main engine instruments. This is for the left engine and for the right engine. In yeah, just underneath we have the ECAP, the electronic centralized air monitoring system. And on the left hand there is let's say a warning display. There we get all our informations when some untypical or unusual behavior of the aircraft will take place, and any errors or malfunctions will be displayed, and a main hint how we have to handle that.
On the right display we have the other part of the ECAP system, and it's called the system display. So you can on this side you have an overview over the main information you need during cruise flight, like fuel flow and the oil temperature, vibration of the engine in 1 and 2, and the air conditioning here in the cockpit and in the different parts of the cabin, and in addition to in the bulk compartment in the rear part of the aircraft. We have different system pages. As we already heard, all the different systems you can see in the head-up, in the overhead panel. You can bring it right on this display, like the hydraulic system with the hydraulic distribution and the different pressures, or the altered current ELEC page, the direct current page with the 3 batteries and the voltage indication, the air bleed distribution, air conditioning. So here you can regulate the temperature in the cockpit and the cabin, or the cabin pressurization system, and yeah, which is quite interesting, the fuel system and the fuel tank distribution. So we have in total seven tanks here in this aircraft. Yeah, we have different other systems. So the additional power unit in the back side of the aircraft, which is now not running, so only on ground. So we do not need any ground power. So this is our flight control system page with the roll spoilers, the speed brakes, the ailerons, the elevator and the rudder. So it shows the present deflection of all these control surfaces. Door indication. So we have 6 exits, and all these doors are in slide. Yeah, and last but not least, the wheel page, where only the main landing gear is indicated with 8 wheels and the present brake temperatures on each of these 8 wheels.
Here on the left side we have all the hydraulic and all the servo stuff. So this is the area where we can control if our aircraft steering is working normally. The next panel we have some lights over there. Then we have all the computers that support our flying, and above that the electronic panel. This is quite small, but it is very dense background over there. We have a lot of electronics in this aircraft. Yeah, here we have some fire handles for the left engine, the right engine, and our additional power unit, which is in the rear of the aircraft. You obviously know that. Then we have our fuel panel in the middle. On the right side we have all our heatings, window heating and the probe heatings that we have no icing. And in the right side we have our bleed panel. This is all we have to cope with engine bleed for engine startup or heating of the cabin and so on. Yeah, that's it. It looks more than it is. And well, yeah, in the rear of the cockpit, which is quite small for that size of the aircraft, we have a big panel of circuit breakers. Every circuit breaker that pops up has a white collar, and when we are looking for an error, we just have to look for white collars, and this is very easy to find. Newer aircraft all have that in any computers. Yeah, most probably you also would like to know what happens in this central pedestal here. This is very easy to explain. On the left and the right side we have our flight computers, the flight management systems. These are also very old-fashioned, and the total memory of that, I think it's less than 500 kilobytes. And we always see that it is old-fashioned because it's very, very slow, and every side we are changing will take some seconds. But it works very, very well, and we have displayed all the tracks we enter in this computer here. We have displayed on the nav computer, on the nav display here. Here on this, which is not very good visible at the moment due to the sun, is our TCAS, our traffic collision avoidance system. It is showing all the aircraft that are around us, and in that moment when they come close to our aircraft we get a warning, traffic advisory, and when it's coming even worse we get a resolution advisory, and this is the most important computer that we have on board. Let's say one of the most. In the middle we have our thrust levers. These are controlled by the thrust control computer. This is one of those. It will always get the right thrust to keep the speed that we wish to have. Here's the speed brakes, and over there the flaps and slats. It's only important for landing and takeoff. These are the fuel levers for our aircraft. With this I would cut off the fuel for the engine immediately and it will stop running. We won't do that now. This is our parking brake. It's needed on ground. Not before touchdown. This would not be very nice. But after touchdown and after parking position has been reached, we put this in and make sure that the aircraft does not roll away and before the chocks are in front of the wheels. This pedestal is important for communication. We have all our radios inside here, several ones, and VHF, UHF, HF. Those of you who know about these frequencies know what I mean. For the others it's not so interesting. But we can communicate with anyone on the world, even around the world on the HF channel. This is a very long wave frequency, and with that we are able to phone from Australia to Germany in a second. Fantastic. The weather radar switch is at the moment very important. No, not anymore. We just circumnavigated some build-ups, and just to see those build-ups even at night or when they are embedded inside a cloud layer. We are very dependent on this instrument, and it will show us like this. Here you can see the shades in a red, green and yellow, where we should not fly. One thing that would be very interesting for you is the heart of the aircraft. It doesn't look very important, but it is. There we have our flight control autopilot. This is yeah, it looks very easy and simple, but it is quite hard to operate sometimes. You have to know what happens when you use one of those knobs. I will start from the left here. Here we have our speed indicator. It can be switched between the Mach indication, which is 0.81. This is the part of the speed of sound. At the moment it is 288 knots indicated, which we have repeated here on the primary flight display. And the altitude is our selected level. It is flight level 330, and this is about 10,100 meters. Here we have our heading selector. It can be switched from 15 degrees bank to normal bank, which is the normal rate bank. That is the standard setup. Underneath we have this possibility to fly via heading. I can do it by pushing in, then I center the heading knob to the front, and then I pull out, and now I'm in heading mode. I don't do that very further because we are changing our course now, and we are flying from Dindro now to Udros, and the aircraft will turn in a second to follow the new course. And this is done automatically in nav mode. This is linked with our flight computer here. Yeah, and last but not least, we have our vertical speed over there. We can choose whether we want to climb or descend, and also set up the amount of feet per minute, up or down. Yeah, here we have some knobs. This is the Autothrust Activator. I can deactivate it, and now I have to operate the thrust levers manually. The normal operation is in auto flight mode. We have automatic navigation with auto thrust. We don't do it in other cases. And here we have our altitude hold. That means the aircraft is told that is to hold the actual altitude. We can also do it in the profile mode. Over there it is linked again to our flight management system, and there we have an altitude that is laid down, and he will fix to it. But as soon as there are little air pressure differences, it will start to go up and down to catch the real altitude. So altitude hold is here the best method. For level change, this is quite uncomfortable for passengers. If I would change the altitude now to 10,000 feet or less and pull this knob over there, then it will automatically switch to level change and will actually take a nose down attitude to keep up this speed. He will take back the power and only steer the speed via pitch. And this will be a few degrees nose down to keep up our actual airspeed now, about 800 kilometers per hour. Yeah, and overhead the heading and nav selector I already mentioned, and this is about our, oh no, one more. Here we have our levers for autopilot 1 and 2, because we have two of them. Normally the crew member 1, which is me, uses autopilot 1, and the crew member 2 uses autopilot 2. In case of any autopilot is disengaged or out of order, we are feeling free to use the other one also.
Welcome back, Captain. So those guys did not perform very well, so good to be back again.
Okay, really?
So you have control.
Okay, I have control, thank you. You guys should go back to school. Thank you for trying.
Talking about school and education, when did you start your flying career?
Oh, I started my flying career in 1995. There was basic training with Lufthansa flight training in Arizona.
Okay.
It was very nice and a very good time.
Even your first screening was also in Arizona in Goodyear, right?
Yes, that's right. We already have been in Arizona for about 2 months for the initial flight training that was on the Beach Bonanza F-33.
Oh, cool.
A nice aircraft, powerful. We had about 12 hours of flying until the first single flight.
Okay.
Solo flight. By the way, in 1998 I started flying the C-160 Transall.
Oh, cool.
Was a very nice experience.
Yep. Well, I did not have the chance to fly the C-160 Transall, so they changed the aircraft in Bremen, so I think you had your education on the Piper Cheyenne.
That's right.
And they changed the aircraft to Citation CJ1 Plus, and a quite modern, small jet aircraft. After the time in Bremen, which took, I think, the education took 2 years in total, and it was divided into 4 parts. So it changes between theoretical education and the practical part. And after those 2 years, you have to go to either to the Special Air Mission Wing to Cologne, or the Air Transport Wing either to Wunsdorf near Hanover, or to Hohn near Hamburg, or to the Air Transport Wing to, I think it was Penzing, in the near of Munich.
Yes.
So I had I was very glad that I could start the flying career and got the type rating on the A310 directly after Bremen at the Special Air Mission Wing in Cologne.
Yeah, for me it is one of the greatest aircraft in the world. A310. I like that.
Greatest aircraft in the world.
It's not the greatest, like great, but it's great. Great.
Yeah, great. Here, but the days of the A310 are counted.
Yes, that's true.
Next aircraft after the A310 will be the A330, which is actually a fly-by-wire aircraft. Yeah. On the one hand, I'm looking forward to it. On the other hand, I think I will miss the old-fashioned flying with the A310.
I also will, definitely. And what is your what do you like best with flying?
I like the most the manual flying, especially with this type of aircraft. Yeah.
I like best the takeoff phase, when you feel the power of the aircraft, especially this aircraft.
Yeah.
When you are climbing, maybe through a thin cloud layer, and you see how it's going down, and the blue sky is coming up, and you see the sun. This is awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like that too. And what do I like? Also like a lot is the different kind of operations. So sometimes you fly some passengers or some soldiers from A to B, or on another flight you have only some cargo, or you can convert this aircraft to a tanker aircraft, so that it can refuel other fighters. So it's the mix of all this operations which make it very interesting to fly the A310.
Yes, you are right. What do you think? Shall we tell the viewers something about the aircraft itself?
About the aircraft itself?
The performance, the weights, the fuel capacities.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, some facts about the performance of the aircraft and some some basic data. So we have a maximum takeoff weight of 157 tons, and in this configuration with one additional center tank, we can refuel the aircraft with 54 tons of fuel. And yeah, we have two CF6 engines which have a lot of power, and when we are on a ferry flight like on this leg to Tbilisi, and we will perform a toga takeoff, which would be a full thrust takeoff, we have a climb rate of more than 6,000 feet per minute. That's no problem with this aircraft, and you can feel this huge amount of power this aircraft is producing, and actually it's a lot of fun to fly it manually during this phase of flight. Max flight level we can climb to is flight level 410, which is 41,000 feet, which is about 11 kilometers. Our cruise flight speed is 0.80. Maximum speed would be 0.84 or 340 knots indicated airspeed. The total width of the aircraft is 43 meters, and it's 46 meters long from the nose to the tail. And yeah, it's a wide-body aircraft with a very small cockpit. Yeah, hello again. So right now we have only 1 hour of flying less. Right now we are in the Ankara FIR. We already passed the Black Sea, and in about 20 to 25 minutes we will cross the border to the Tbilisi FIR. And one of our operation is that 1 hour prior the touchdown, we will pump the fuel from the trim tank back into the center tank, due to the limitation that we are only allowed to touch with 2 tons of fuel in the trim tank, but we will pump all the fuel back to the center tank. I would suggest let's just do it. Yeah, trim tank mode forward. Yep. Perfekt. Alright. So viel Mühe, wie wir uns ergeben, sollen wir uns eigentlich beteiligen lassen.
Ja, wirklich. Von jedem Klick einen Cent oder so.
Ja.
Oder reicht das? Na, sagen wir einen Euro. Oh, er hört das ja.
So, Bargim 5 Bravo. So, let me say one word to the fancy electronic flight bag. It's right now in the test phase, so each of the pilots got his own EFB, but due to the fact that it is in the test phase, we have the paper backup, and so we have to cross-check all the instrument approach charts, SID charts, and all the charts in the paper form. So we will now prepare for the approach into Tbilisi with this fancy paperwork by Jefferson, and yeah, we'll grab the standard arrival and the approach chart and the airport layout, and then we will perform the Navet setup and the approach briefing.
Runway 31 left in use, clear and dry. Friction coefficient, bird activity in vicinity of airport. Wind, touchdown zone, variable, 4 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers. Cloud broken, cumulonimbus 5,000 feet. Temperature 27 degrees. Trend temporary, moderate thunderstorm with rain. Thunderstorm. Airport information, India, out.
We are now preparing our descent phase with the approach. For that we have received the ATIS, the terminal information with the weather and the runway in use. And for that we are configuring our aircraft. Okay.
Yep. ILS runway 31. So runway 31 left is new, so we are preparing for an ILS approach runway 31 left.
Okay, here we have Tbilisi, runway 31 left with the ILS. The frequency is 108.9er.
108.
Appreciated with the 6411. Thank you.
108.9er.
The inbound course 312.
108.9er 312.
And we have the outer marker November Alpha 211. Active on ADF2.
Yeah, 211 is active.
We have one more. It is Victor Papa 342 on ADF1.
342 of ADF1.
Yeah.
Bearing distance?
Bearing distance will be the threshold of 31 left,
yeah,
in uniform Golf Tango Bravo.
Yeah.
And remote 2 will be set up with the VOR Tiflis Tango Bravo Sierra.
TBS, yeah. Tango Bravo Sierra, remote of 2. Set.
Okay. We are approaching via the Bargain 7 Bravo arrival.
Frequency of Tango Bravo Sierra 113.7 or 113.0?
It is 113.7.
Set.
Okay. Yeah, we are approaching via the standard arrival route
Bargain
7 Bravo.
7 Bravo?
Yeah. This is according to our flight plan. It might still change later on.
Bargain 7 Bravo is yeah.
Okay. And this will lead us to the VOR Tango Bravo Sierra. Yeah. From that we expect some radar vectors, and that will lead us onto the final of the ILS. In case we are flying the standard ILS procedure, we starting from the VOR in 6,000 feet until the reversal in 4,500. The final approach starts at 8.6 TME with a 3 degrees glide slope. Sorry, the 3.2 degrees glide slope. Yeah. Down to the outer marker, which have to be crossed at 2,320 feet. The minimum will be set at 1,758.
1,758 set.
This is 200 feet above ground.
Yeah.
And it's a climb glaring. Yeah. In case of missed approach, we. Sorry.
1334, goodbye. 1334 to proceed to Air Force 569. Jump. Division radar, good afternoon to Air Force 569 up 330, approaching rolling.
Gold Force 569 at position, control dispatch, maintain 330, report headache.
Maintain 330. Call Eurowings to descend to Air Force 569 now.
Okay, that is copied. Yeah, return to the final approach. In case of missed approach, we will have 3.3% climb gradient. Yeah, at a minimum, which is no factor for us. And following the missed approach procedure, climb on radial 312 from Tiflis VOR to 4,900 feet, then turn left to VOR, climbing to 6,000. Then, as directed by ATC. Okay. The transition altitude, the transition level is 900.
Yeah.
The MSA is 8,900 in the northern sector.
Yeah.
It's the highest.
So the approach speeds, the 134 and 207.
The approach altitude will be initially 4,900.
Yeah.
Then turn left. 6,000 is our missed approach altitude.
So 6,000 missed approach altitude.
Yeah. Okay. So, 160 Meilen noch bis zum Platz. Okay, we have now prepared our approach. If you like to have a look, this is the approach that we are following. And everything is clear now, and in a few minutes we will start our descent for landing in Tbilisi. Now there is one specialty in Tbilisi. Normally we have a glide slope of 3 degrees down. In this case we have 3.2 degrees. This sounds very few and very less and not that dangerous, but it is very important to have that in mind, because the aircraft is getting very, very fast if you configure it too late.
Quality 125, decimal 125, goodbye. 125, 125, Air Force 569, goodbye. Air Force 569, request descent. 69, descent level 150. Descent level 150 to Air Force 569.
Engine anti-ice on, TCAS below.
762, flight level 390.
Und der Start ist einmal checked. One other amendment to the approach chart. We have just information which says do not mistake Vassiani Military Airport for Tbilisi Airport. Heavy turbulence with downdrafts and wind shear may be expected on final. Okay. And height maintained by radio altitude is difficult. So yeah, due to the surrounding mountains, so we have to take this into account and be prepared for some kind of downdrafts and wind shears. Alright, those clouds do not look that inviting. Small part of a rainbow. Oh, nice. What about the weather radar? Cloudy. Or is it ground clutter? No, I don't believe that. Could be the mountains are in the north. Confirm. Have the weather radar for a short time again. Okay. Don't seem to be ground echoes. Yeah. 1000. Checked.
Go ahead.
Flying directly into it, right? Yeah.
Approach to London 198. Germany approach 569, descent level 130. Descent flight level 130 to Air Force 569. 569 and change frequency 1346. Good day. 1346 to Air Force 569. Thank you. Bye bye.
So, Tbilisi approach.
Tbilisi approach, Canadian Air Force 569 after 1440 descending 130. German Air Force 569, approach already contact descent flight 100, heading 100, reference flight Oceania 31. Descent flight level 100 on the heading of 100 for ILS complete.
Okay, as we expected, we are getting radar vectors to the final of the runway 31 left. Okay, and ground contact. Cool. Better. Ja, der Leute ist nichts. Ja, ist klar. Oh, it's snowing. Huh? It's snowing. Yeah.
100 or 110. 100 number. Airport 569, St. Paul 4550 NH 101, 4 transition level 90. Descent 4500 QNH 101.
Ich stelle auch schon um. Ja. Yep. Approach checklist. Approach. Status. Checked. Altimeter 1014, 11,200. 1014 QNH, 11,200 feet. Land elevation. 1,700. Approach checklist completed.
Airport 569, 095.
Left heading 105 to Air Force 569. Tower 109.0. Okay, we have some clouds we are passing now with heavy rain. This weather was not forecasted. Oh. Switching on the lights. All right. You already see the airport. Should be left to beam. 10 miles left to beam. Not really inside.
2502.
2000. Checked. ILS runway 31 left is identified. Thank you. Direct for the 130 DME TBC. Yep. 500 to go. Checked. Altstar. Checked.
9225, Roger.
Left heading 040, German Air Force 569 now.
Azerbaijan 5225 recruiter. 5225, descent 6000, QNH 1015, transition level 90.
Okay, 1015 QNH, transition 90, descent 6. Azerbaijan 5225.
Airport 65690, QNH 1015.
QNH 1015 is coming to Air Force 569 now. 1015, 4560. 1015, QNH 4570. Okay, I suggest to configure early.
Okay,
sled 15.
Side.
Yeah, sled 15, speed is checked.
69 left 340, cleared out. Approach 31 left 47.
Left and 340, cleared out, approach runway 31 left.
Ja, das das Kleine hier ist die Military-Basis. Ja. Das ist echt verwirrend. Really. Flaps 15. Flaps 15. Speed is checked. Das ist wirklich verwirrend, du. Localizer, alles alive? Ja. Lockstar. Checked.
gehen wir gleich mit durch.
Good input, Logstar, glide slope star, and 6,000 feet is the missed approach altitude.
TPC to Air Force 569 established ILS 31 left.
Straight ahead.
Yeah.
569 contact British Tower 119.0 by.
Tower 19.0 to Air Force 569 by.
So.
TPC Tower, good afternoon to Air Force 569, ILS 31 left.
Germany Air Force 569, Phillips Tower, runway 21 left, clear to land, wind 270 degrees, 5.
Clear to land, runway 31 left, German Air Force 569.
569, after landing, expect 180 and the full backstep of runway 21 left, expect locating galaxy Echo.
Echo.
Copy it, after landing, backtrack on runway, beginning by Echo 569.
Okay, copied.
Yeah.
Get on. Flaps 20.
Flaps 20 is please checked.
785, now stand by.
Automarker crossing altitude will be in 2,800.
2,380.
Flaps 40.
Flaps 40, speed is checked.
Final checklist.
Final speed brake.
Armed.
Gear lights.
Tree green.
Slats flaps.
30, 40.
Final check is completed. Missed approach altitude 6,000 sind drin.
Yes, sir.
Alles klar, wir sind clear to land.
Okay. Field is inside.
Ja. .270 with 5 hat sie reported.
Yeah. So 40 degrees off from the left. Manual flight.
Ja. Even with 0.2 degrees more descent,
Yeah.
it's another picture.
Yeah, exactly.
For information, Echo is the first on this side.
Understood. So, engine anti-ice off, weather radar off.
785, we do have a
It's off.
Please check.
500. Checked. Runway straight ahead.
Inside. Continue.
785, report your stand number.
102. $400. 300. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Checked.
Germany Air Force 569, make 180 at the intersection. Bravo, continue taxi straight ahead, vacate and make 180 at the intersection of second taxiway Bravo.
Copy it. Taxi down runway and 180 intersection Bravo and confirm beginning by Echo.
Confirm, sir, you will have to make full backtrack and vacate via the taxiway Echo.
That is copied. 569.
If I had known earlier, I wouldn't have braked so much.
Alright, landing 1410.
Yeah, 1410 for touchdown. Yeah, we have touchdown in Tiflis and we are obliged to taxi down the whole runway, make a 180 here on the runway and taxi back to Echo, which is at the beginning of the runway. So we will do as demanded.
Yes.
Oh, after landing items, sleds up. Sleds up.
4.
Stand 10.
Yeah. Kiss. Yeah.
Brake. Start procedure.
Brakes, temperature high, brake fan on. Delay takeoff, primary complete.
Clear. There it is 114, right?
Stand 14, yeah.
Air Georgia.
That's pretty cool with this belly right in front of the
That's really nice.
point. But on the other hand, concerning downdraft and wind shear,
Yep. Okay. 103.
genau, der 2.
4.
Yeah, it's
So.
the second on the right. The first one is 104
Marshall
Bravo.
inside.
Yep. Correct.
25, I listen on with
Liberty 5, 5,
Abbiege dann.
runway 21 left, clear to land wind 31, degrees, 6 knots.
006 knots, clear to land, runway 31 left, 5225. Then a 785 ready for taxi.
Tango Zulu 785, taxi holding point runway 31 left, trajectory Echo, hold short.
Copy to hold point runway 31 left, Echo, sunset. და ისა ბოდიში არ გასავლის, მაგრამ ესენი როგორ გამოვლენ მე ეკოდან არ გამოდიან?
არა ბატონო, ესენი Bravo Charlie Alpha შეგვიძლია გამოდიან.
Apu is running. Park and brake is set. Yes.
აი, მადლობა.
დიდი მადლობა ყურებისთვის.
Parking checklist.
Park brake.
On.
Radar.
Off.
Slash flaps.
00.
Speed brake.
Disarm.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Trim tank mode.
Auto.
Fuel ground transfer.
Not required. We are taking fuel.
Park checklist completed.
Welcome to Tbilisi. So.
Oh, der hat sich auch verabschiedet hier. Bei deinem harten Touchdown.
Ja.
Und der Treffer hier von Südafrikanischen auch, ja. Also da gucken wir mal, wie wir jetzt da weißt du nach 2 Stunden, was du gemacht hast.
Hi, I'm Captain Stürmer. I'm the company commander of the Armored Infantry Company number 4 from the Battalion 391 in Thuringia, Germany. The last 4 weeks, my company and me, we were conducting a noble partner exercise with 13 nations. After 4 weeks of hard training and exercise, we are very happy to have the Special Air Mission Wing to get home very fast and very safely.
We are short prior our way back to Cologne, and at the moment we have completed all our preparations so that we are ready for departure. The last thing I have to do is walk around to make sure that everything is safe outside and nothing will happen en route. So come on, follow me. First we will check the static points and the aircraft engine. In this moment we check for damages or fixed plates or loose plates and whatever, alright? Now we're checking the wheels, the front wheels of damages. Later on we also have the main wheels, but that it will come later. Yeah, we check the main hull of the aircraft for damages, and if all the locks are closed. This is very important. Also here, all latches have to be closed and the static ports have to be free. For a night flight, it is very important that the lights are working. So this is one additional point. Everything is good. Again, we have to check the wheels for any damages. And what is more, we have the brake wear indicators, these ones, and they have to be alright so that we have enough braking power to hold the aircraft. All the doors and latches have to be closed and locked. And finally we have the same side, the same on this side now. So I just walk on and we meet in the aircraft again, right? Okay, I'm done. Finished. Everything is all right. Just some final instructions for the pushback driver, and then we are good to go. Come on. Ready.
Lead on is the right.
Good.
Very nice flight.
Bye guys, thanks a lot, sir.
Okay, takeoff departure briefing. So we're expecting the Lagos 3 Alpha departure, which is climb on runway heading to 5000 to reach this altitude not later than 10.8 DME. Tango Bravo Sierra. Thereafter left turn 200 track, then turn right, intercept Tango Bravo Sierra radial 255 to Lagos.
Yep.
Concerning the climb gradient, which is for the Lagos 3 Alpha departure 5.4% up to 5,000 feet, thereafter 5.1% up to flight level 140. So a climb rate of nearly 1,000 feet per minute, which should not be a factor.
There's no factor for us, yes. Perfect. No questions, then the takeoff and departure brief.
Yeah, takeoff departure brief will be a right seat, a noise abatement Toga takeoff, 15-0 with calculated with 0 wind component, and in case of engine failure, fire. After go, the special use it as briefed before, otherwise the Lagos 3 Alpha departure we requesting flight level 300 for final level.
All copy, no questions.
Airborne Air Force 569, Cockpit Layout.
Go ahead for 569.
569, clear destination Q. We have flights en route initially on runway heading climb flight level 100. Set Fox 6761. Departure frequency 134.6.
German Air Force 569 is cleared to Cologne via flight pad route initially climb runway heading up to flight level 110, squawk 6761 and departure frequency 134.6.
Confirm, read correct. Now pushback and start of the put in H1016 installation Oscar time 20.
1016 is copied and startable push approved. German Air Force 569.
May I release the parking brake?
Yes, release parking brakes.
Parking brake is released, and we are ready for pushback and ready to start all engines.
And all engines clear.
Roger, starting engine 2.
Okay.
Engine 2 start.
Plus you may dim the floodlight. Thank you.
Count, we are ready to start the engine 1.
Okay, number 1 clear.
Engine 1 start. Danke. After Start Items.
Ich denke gerade, was raucht denn hier so, aber das ist der... Ja, das ist
Parking brake is set, engines are running. Please remove towing equipment and steering pin and give hand signal.
Okay, visual signal left side. Have a nice flight.
Okay, thank you very much for the service.
Okay, also initially climb flight level 110 and this one heading select.
Yeah, perfect. Taxi items, slats 15.
Slats 15.
Sierra, is correct and good report 10 number.
Full right. full left.
Taxi checklist.
Taxi, anti-ice.
Off.
Trim.
0, 0, 1.5, nose up.
0, 0, 1.5, nose up. Flight control.
Checked.
Slats, flaps.
15, 0.
Taxi checklist completed.
Roger.
German Air Force 569, taxoff point runway 31, left, clear taxiway Echo.
Holding point 31 left via taxiway Echo to Air Force 569.
Right side is clear.
Left side is clear.
Off block 20.
Off block 20, Mauern, ja.
Okay. So initially climb on runway heading up to flight level 110. So heading select.
Affirm.
Genau. 6000 slide. And config norm for takeoff.
Yes.
I have no amendments changes for the takeoff briefing. In case of engine failure, fire after go. Perform the special AOZ. Initially 9 miles straight ahead, Tango Sierra, thereafter left hand turn back to Victor Papa, then right hand turn to November Alpha Beacon and joining the holding on 312 inbound left hand turns. Acceleration until we are inbound Victor Papa and we climb to 7,000 feet.
Copied, no questions.
German Air Force 569, line up runway 31 left, report default departure.
Lining up and wait runway 31 left, German Air Force 569.
Before takeoff items. Country light, English country light and radar.
Yeah,
weather radar.
Yeah, 4 degrees nose up. Waiting until we are aligned with the runway.
Yeah.
Not the best taxiway.
Yeah.
Okay, approach sector is clear.
Notify minus 6.
Affirm.
Sierra on set 23. Request stand up and reposition at 18.
Timer 650 Sierra, and we will coordinate with ground and
Clear lineup and we are ready for departure if you are.
Okay, weather radar is on, 4 degrees north up.
Deep snow, German Air Force 569, ready.
German Air Force 569, let's take off runway 31 left, 360 degrees, 5 north. When airborne, contact approach 13, Bomber 06, Luftwaffe.
German Air Force 569 is cleared for takeoff runway 31 left and after airborne approach 134.6, danke, ciao.
Okay, ready?
Before takeoff checklist?
Before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff, cabin report.
Received.
Ignition.
Country light.
PAX.
On engines.
Auto brake.
Max.
Before takeoff checklist completed. Prof heading select. 15-0. Max. Prof heading select. Ready.
Ready.
Timer 650 Sierra, stand number 1.
Takeoff. You have control except the brakes.
Starting range. Timer 650.
You have control.
I have control.
Takeoff power set. $100 checked. Go. Rotate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Slats up.
Slats up.
flight. Yep.
Germany Air Force 569, turn left, clear direction of that.
Left inbound, Olga, German Air Force 569. Und nach. Yep. Then after nice and easy. Yeah.
Germany Air Force 569, sensitivity radar 125, decimal 125, and flight way.
125, decimal 125. Good evening, German Air Force 569, flight level 108, climbing level 280.
Good evening, German Air Force 569, installation for identified because request error.
Request flight level 300, German Air Force 569.
Roger 569, current level 300.
Coming level 300, German Air Force 569.
Right now 18, contact.
Okay, after takeoff checklist. After takeoff, hex. On engine. Altimeter. Standard 117. Standard 117. Takeoff inhibit is cancelled. After takeoff checklist complete. Danke. Running. 8:30 touchdown in Cologne.
Copy date 126,
Could see the lightning. Oh really? Yeah. So we are through. I think engine anti-ice is obsolete. Oh, nice. There's a lightning.
10, good one. 1290, tower 991, goodbye.
German Air Force 569er, descent flight level 250, 1500 operator.
Descending level 250, 1500 operator, German Air Force 569. Tigers below bitte und Engine TIs, ach wir machen's an. Tigers kommt below, Engine anti-ice on. Information Kilo from 1950, runway ILS 3 to right or RMP 3 to left. Transition level 60, wind 350 degrees 4 knots, variable between 320 and 020. CAF OK, temperature 23, dew point 16, QNH 1015, no sync. Information Kilo out. They do not offer us the ILS runway 24, we will take the ILS runway 3 to right.
German Air Force 569er, direct AirNap.
Direct AirNap, German Air Force 569. We could ask for the 24, if you like. Wind was 350 with 4, between 320 and 020. That was fully crossed, but it's only 4 knots. Yeah, it's only 4 knots, so for me, I'm fine with ILS runway 24.
Air Force 569er, dann gerade schönen guten Abend, Radar Contact, Continue Descent, Flight over 130, 1500 or more.
Continue descent 130, 1500 or more, German Air Force 569.
Okay, ILS runway 24. Let's make an navigate setup.
Yes.
Frequency 109.1.
1091.
Inbound 243.
243.
Alright. There aren't any published beacons, so we will take the Kilo Bravo Oscar remote on 1 and the runway 24 in bearing distance.
All set.
Yeah, the minimum 472.
472.
Approach speeds will be the approach 136 knots, green dot 211.
Chicago 8188, transfer 240 is 2001.
Alright, so approach briefing, radar vectored ILS runway 24, initial intermediate final 3000 feet out of Cookit, inbound 243, 2 degrees glide slope, minimum 472, fixed crossing altitude 4.6 dB KBO, 1630 feet. In case of this approach, climb straight ahead to 5000 feet when passing 3.5 dB KBO or 16.2 Nervenich or 2000 feet, whichever is later. Right turn to Vipper VR. MSA from our sector 3100 and within 15 miles 2800 feet. Acceleration in 1900 feet. And that completes the approach briefing.
Okay, all copied, no questions.
Yeah, so we'll ask for the ILS runway 24.
Roger. Just keep the runway 32.
Yeah, it's right beneath it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will take the opportunity and hand some less information to the passengers.
Alright.
So you have control?
I have control.
Ja, werte Fluggäste, nochmal einen schönen guten Abend hier aus dem Cockpit. Wie versprochen noch ein paar aktuelle Wetterdaten von Köln. Wir werden noch ca. 20 Minuten bis zur Landung brauchen, sind bereits im Sinkflug auf 20.000 Fuß, noch 80 Meilen bis nach Köln. Das Wetter, keine Wolken am Himmel, wir haben noch angenehme 23 Grad, schwachwindig aus nordwestlicher Richtung. Wir hoffen, Sie hatten einen angenehmen Aufenthalt hier bei uns an Bord. Ich habe schon gehört von einigen Kameraden, dass Sie noch einen längeren Bustrip nach Thüringen haben. Dafür alles Gute. Ich hoffe, Sie finden ein bisschen Schlaf auf dem Weg, eine staufreie Heimreise und Ihnen alles Gute. Tschüss!
German Air Force 569, I'm sorry, runway 24 is not available tonight.
Copy, in this case we'll take the treaty right.
Alex Express 619, hello, identify, Anima, contact arrival 128.550.
128.550, confirm running Marshall now, Doctor.
Ebenso, danke. German Air Force 569, descent flight level 70, distance to go 401.
Descending 70, German Air Force 569.
Speed to 80.
Right at C2, Victor Tango, hello. Alex Express 619, turn right to Tesca and contact radar 124.9er.
Go right, Tesca and 124.9er, Alex Express 61. Schönen guten Abend, Luftwaffe
1000. If it's okay for you, I would fly manually.
Guten Abend, Control from Whiskey,
yep.
level 250, inbound land.
Manual flight, manual thrust.
Condor 2 Alpha Whiskey, hello, identified, descent flight level 200.
Director, schönen guten Abend, German Air Force 569, flight level 70, heading 245.
Air Force 569, hello, descent 3000 feet, 1015.
Descending 3000, 1015, German Air Force 569.
Approach checklist.
Approach. Status. Moment. Checked. Altimeter?
1015, 6,700 feet.
1015, 6,600 feet. Land elevation?
is 300 feet.
Approach checklist complete.
Ja, green dot speed bitte.
German Air Force 569, right 270.
Right 270, German Air Force 569.
1000.
Checked.
Direct RARIX, please.
German Air Force 569, right 290, cleared LS 3 to right.
Right 290, cleared ILS 3 to right. German Air Force 950. 569.
Ulster.
Jo. Und Land Mode activated.
Ja, thanks.
Directly UPS 207 descending through 1010,000, flight level 80.
UPS 207 identified, expect LS 3 to right, descend of the 70.
That's alive.
UPS 207.
German Air Force 569, connect tower 124, decimal 975, away.
Over to tower 124.975, German Air Force 569, bye.
Slats 15.
Slats 15.
Und Runway heading, go. Flaps 15.
Flaps 15. Go tower, hello, German Air Force 95, correction 569er, 3 to right.
Good afternoon, German Air Force 569, expect runway 24 to vacate.
Copy, danke.
Ja, Glasses are Lockstar.
Yes.
And Mr. Approach 5000.
Affirm.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps 20.
Flaps 20.
Flaps 40.
Flaps 40.
Final checklist.
Final speed brake armed gear lights.
3 green.
Slats flaps.
30-40.
Final checklist complete. Approaching the auto marker.
Yep.
Are we already cleared?
No.
Don't think so.
Nope.
German Air Force 569 approaching the auto marker.
Roger.
There's one aircraft ahead.
One traffic on the runway.
Yes.
Side.
Confirmed, Eurowings 442, behind landing Airbus 310, 3 miles, line up runway 3 to right behind.
Yeah, landing Airbus 310, line up 3 miles behind, wait for the 442.
German Air Force 569, wind 360 knots, runway 3 to right, little land.
Little land, runway 3 to right, German Air Force 569.
Checked.
Runway ahead.
Inside.
Continue.
Gear flaps clearance.
300. 130, 200, 100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
I have control.
You have control.
Touchdown 20.
German Air Force 569, taxi to the ramp via runway 24 and cross runway 3 to left.
Take the ramp via 24 and ramp to Air Force 569.
Ja, jetzt ist clear. After landing items, sleds up.
Dann eine Ryanair gecrossed.
Ja.
Ja, sleds up.
Wing 442, wind 010 degrees and 1 knot, runway 3 to right. Get takeoff down.
We are clear to cross, right?
Yeah.
He's... Okay, no further traffic.
Evening Tower, Ryanair 33 Bravo Juliet, approaching Alpha 1, fully ready. 3 to right, clear for takeoff, rolling takeoff, Ryanair 33 Bravo Juliet. Thank you, good night.
Bleed available.
Yes. Bleed on.
Yep. It's on.
Parking brake is set. Up is running.
07 and 310, 3 knots, runway 3 to right to the land.
3 to right, clear line, ABS to 07.
Parking checklist.
Parking brake. On. Radar.
Off.
Sled flaps.
00.
Speed brake.
Disarmed.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Terminal mode.
Auto.
Fuel count transfer.
Not required.
Parking checklist completed.
Okay, thanks a lot.